What's up, guys? This is HH Trader back with another trading video. So today I am jumping back into the saddle, but the pain from yesterday was so real. Yesterday I actually traded a stock called YGMZ, right? And I bought this stock. I had marked the levels and everything else on it and planned my trade, right? Planned my trade. I saw it was coming into this nice little wedge here. And I saw it break out of this wedge, and I was like, okay, I want to make sure that it's going to continue to break out. And I bought right in here at the 1045, right? And I was like, okay, well, it's breaking out. And then it did this huge topping tail here. And I exited. And that was probably the worst decision that I made on yesterday. Because look at it. Went up from the 1045, my buy spot. It did have a little jut down here. I may have gotten stopped out on this one. But it continued up, consolidated, continued up. And it went all the way up to I believe like $12, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, went up to $12.50, and my buy spot was down there at the 1055. I don't think I would have held through all this. Maybe I would have took profit right here in the 1145. That would have been $1 per share. But man, that was a big one. And I was doing my recap yesterday, and I was suffering from FOMO because during the recap I could see it going up, just going up. But I wanted to have $1,000 to trade today, so I didn't take any more trades so that I could have that $1,000, and so I held up my rules on that end. But you know, sometimes rules, it's like, man, I want to break them so bad. But it saved me money yesterday. Just clearing my mind of holding that stock and having something like this happen where you get a big drop. But of course, this one just broke through a bunch of indicators. Broke through the 9 EMA, the 200, and the VWAP right there, and the whole dollar level of the $11. So you know it was going to get some movement down. But we are starting a new day, and today on our scanner we have SKT, which is a little bit more expensive stock. So if you're into the more expensive stocks, you can go and try your hand at that one. Also, we have AESE that is up on the day. It only has, the news on it is it has a form DEFA 14A. Allied Esports Entertain. Okay, that's not really good news, but we'll wait and see what it does out in the open. And SKT, again, it's just a little bit more expensive, so you can do what you will with that one. I'm gonna go and check out see what the floats are and see if they have any shelf registrations. So SKT. SKT has a float of 91 million at Finviz. SKT has a float of, well, it's pulling up at Yahoo. And let's check it out at BAM. SKT. SKT has no shelf registrations at BAM SEC. I don't know why it's taking so long to pull up at Yahoo Finance. All right. Man, Yahoo Finance is slow today. Okay. All right, the float at Yahoo Finance finally pulled up. The float is 90 million. So yeah, around 90 million with no shelf registration. I'll put that in my notes. Looks like we got another big mover moving up there. $90 million, no shelf. AESE will be the next one that I'm gonna look up. AESE. What time is it? It is 8:20. We have about 10 minutes to the bell. All right, AESE does have a shelf registration from the end of last year. It has a float. Has a float of 18 million. At FinViz and a float of 5 million at Yahoo Finance. So that's kind of a big gap. FinViz says 18 million. Yahoo Finance says 5 million or 5.6 million. But it does have a shelf registration from the end of last year. But that is quite a gap. So we'll put from 5 to 18 million. Don't really know. And then a shelf last year. And then the last one is FPRX. Stepped in there. What's the news on it? The news, it's got Amgen to buy cancer drug developer 5 Prime Therapeutics. Okay, that's some okay news. So FPRX. PRX. Does not have any shelf registrations. Now I wouldn't think it would because it's a higher cap stock, so it's gonna probably be a little bit stronger on the day. FPRX. It's got a float of 28 million. Okay, that's way lower than I thought. At FinViz, at Yahoo Finance, same 28 million. And then no shelf registration. So I'll add that to my notes. Alright, so we got a couple that were, or actually the other one disappeared. I guess it wasn't strong enough to hold on the scanner. This one, this setup, it looks like a flatline setup. Does not look good to trade. It's just kind of like an acquisition type move. So we'll just focus in on AESE for now, which is going down there and checking the grave out, looking like, but it does have higher lows here. So 285 was the first low. Put our support in there. 285. Got another support. at 291, support at 297. On the daily chart, let's see, it's up at 310 right now, so it's right hovering up at this top level here, 310. It's got a little high right there. Let me zoom in. The high of this candle is a 318, maybe a little bit of resistance right there. And then the top of this one is a 360. Don't know what it wants to do. It's got that shelf registration, so we may see a little bit of stronger resistance over the top. We got 5 minutes to the bell. Make sure I got everything set up right. Yesterday, my first trade, I accidentally left this order type as limit, and literally as soon as I hit buy, I was in. But I usually use stop orders to get me in. But this one is holding up its lows. Let me go ahead and see. This is the last one that it had right here, the 200 moving average. We're going to see the action. I guarantee you it's going to break down hard on the open. We got about 5 minutes to the bell. Guarantee you. Also, if you have any questions or comments, you can let me know in the comment section or the chat, and I will answer them as quickly as possible. And yeah, we're gonna trade today and try to make some money. I've had a couple of losing days, but they've been small losing days, like $7, $10, and it's really, I've just been getting stopped out. But I'm looking for, okay, slug popping back in. Looking for some bigger movement. Let's see right here. I don't like this big downward motion. Now it may bounce up, but I just don't like this setup. It's under the 200 moving average. It is above VWAP, but it's looking like I drew a level of resistance up there for some reason. What is that? Can't really see it. It's probably the 624, looks like. So for some reason I drew that level of resistance. Oh, that was the top right here on the other day. Okay. Well, anyway, it's about to be party time. We're going to be patient. Every day that I've been patient, I've made good money. Whenever I rush into it, I promise, it's like I lose. I lose because I rush the plan. Just like yesterday when I let's see. Yesterday when I was trading yams or whatever it was, YGMZ or whatever, got in perfect entry, but I got spooked out of it. Perfect entry. So let's see, slug pulling back quite a nice bit. So I don't see anything pre-market moving, which is a kind of a good sign. That means that maybe everybody will be ready for the open in 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes now. But AESE is the watch. It did break down one of those levels of support right there, and it broke through the 200 moving average. I should have just moved that down, not erased it. There we go. All right, there we go, right there. It is flatlining, so it's got this trend going, but I don't know for how long. The high back here was a 305-ish area. If it breaks that down, I'm pretty sure it's going to go down a lot lower today. If it breaks that down, we look back. Let's see, back. Yeah, it's got some major resistance. It's got some major resistance on the top side, and it has a topping tail on this last daily candle, which means it went green, then got pushed down by the sellers. So we know that there is major resistance in this level of the 325 area. All right. So we've identified our resistance. We've got our two stocks that are moving today. One is more expensive, AESE. I'll be very careful on it. It does have a shelf registration at the end of last year, so may get some weird trading, which we can kind of see already here. It's no true direction. It kind of looks choppy in pre-market. Choppy going down, choppy going up, and a lot of wicks. So we're gonna watch it. The market is open now. We're just gonna look, watch, and see people get absolutely slaughtered by this stock. So it broke down that first resistance right there. Will it break down this $3 level? Will it break the 3? It's getting back up. People are trying to buy it. Okay, going down there and breaking. Hasn't broke yet, but that's a bit wild. It broke it quickly right there. So it did snap that resistance or that support level I had right there at that last one. Bounced off of that support level. We have a couple of them moving. Slug is also up. It's green on the day. So we'll go and look at that one. Oh, wow. It popped way up there. Grabbed a bunch of buyers, a bunch of long positions, and snapped down. That's what you don't want. Comes up 642, snaps down to the 613, and now it's going to take you down with it. That's insane. Insanity. So the cheap stocks have disappeared from the scanner now. So we're just going to wait, be patient for some good setups. This topping tail just threw this whole pattern off. I don't like that at all. Even if it goes, it's not something that I would like to jump into. Looking at the pre-market trading here, this big dump, just not something that I'm interested in. All right, what else? What else? AESE looks like it's popping back. It popped back off of that support level, getting back over this 9 EMA. AESE. See what it wants to do over this 9. Snap through the 9, did not respect the 9 there. Looks like it's going to go red on the 5-minute. Look, it's going red. I don't like that. Came back and touched the 200 moving average, but it did snap through it just a bit through that 200 moving average. So we've got to be careful on this morning. It has a 1-minute high, started the day off 306. Can it hold up that 306? Support level right here, 306. So it has not given a true pullback as of yet. Gave this big down movement on the first candle. But let's see if people get trapped. It is fighting for cents. It's going up 1 cent at a time, and I don't like that. That can go wrong really quickly. It's just going up 1 cent at a time. 20 cents. So what was this move? This move was from the 298 up to the 313. This move was from the 304 up to the 316. So it's definitely not looking like it wants to keep going, but it is keeping going. Let's look at the pullback. So it can actually pull back all the way to the VWAP if VWAP will catch it, or the 9 or the 200 moving average. It's just too extended right now. Way too extended. Unless you're just taking really quick little slices off the top there. But be careful, because this candle is about to close in just a couple of seconds, and we're going to see the pullback here. So it did hit the high up here of the 330s. And I do believe that's going to become a resistance because it needs a bottom. So 330, I believe, is going to become resistance. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. All right. All right. Where am I? Okay, 330 did become resistance there. It did hit that little top. Took quite a bit of a dip right there. Took out half of that candle. So you know my rules. If it takes out half that candle, it's gonna have to reset up. Wow, it took more than half of that candle. Right. So we got a couple of things still moving. Slug is also up. Slug. All these wicks kills me. I hate wicky stocks. Kills me right there. And it still hasn't given a proper pullback. So that's just too extended right there. It did get over this 1 minute high of the 642, but let's see if it can hold it up with the pullback. We'll put our support line at this 1 minute high right there and see if it can hold over that level. I doubt it. I really believe it's going to give a major pullback through that level. What else were we? AESE is still going up as well. We'll come back and look at this one. This one's going to fail anyway. Let's go look at AESE. Where are we now? So it made this big move down, got back up there to that resistance level that I drew at the 330s, which is becoming major resistance for it. So, you know, be careful. Remember, it does have that shelf registration, so it could be very, very sporadic to the upside and the downside. See, it doesn't know which way it wants to go. It did a topping tail right here. Now it blasts through there. How do you even enter that? How do you enter after this pullback? But like I said, it could be sporadic. So it's getting another pullback. Can it hold up the 330s? Back below the 330s. Okay, holding up the 330s right there. Kinda. Barely getting 3 cents off. I just don't like that setup. Looking like it wants to fall. It's throwing wicks up there to the 340. Now it's getting the body up there at the 340. Does not look good at all to me for some reason. Let's see if it can pull back. We'll see what happens to this 330. It's very unpredictable right now. I don't know what it wants to do. Can it hold up this 330? 330. It's looking kind of heavy right there, a little bit. Okay, getting down there, touching the 330, trying to get back above it. Touching the 330. Oh, yeah, I don't like that. It's not respecting that 330. It's all over it. Okay, back up to Slug real quick. Slug is just unpredictable. Oh my goodness. Look at the daily chart. Daily chart, it got all the way over this last red candle. Gave a pullback with a double top pullback right there. That's insane. And then broke it. Broke the double top. Well, there's one for the books. You usually don't see that. When they do a double top, usually it's over right there and it'll try to find a new bottom. But that was a good little fake out for the shorts. I know the shorts jumped in on that and got blasted right there. All right. So again, we've got to wait. We've got to wait and see what NLST just popped up on the scanner. Higher float stock. It's going straight up. Again, it's on an extended run as well. AESE finally pulling back. We got to see some bottoms here. how many minutes have gone by? This is the first 10 minutes. First 10 minutes of the market, and now things are kind of showing their true colors. Slug. So we've gone through the first 10 minutes. Looking for something to trade today. Now this just would not be my setup because of this double top. So that would have just went without me anyway, even if I was going to take that trade. Wow, wow, wow. The low here is the 686. I mean, yeah, 686. So it may be another low, but I doubt it. Let's see. I'll put my support line in there and see if it can hold it up. 686 right there. Getting a little bounce right there. What's the top of this? The high is a 709 right here. 709. Okay, breaking down that level. Not looking too good anymore. Making lower lows there. All right, AESE. Have we pulled back yet? We are pulling back through the VWAP. So a lot of these moves today were very sporadic. They didn't have any kind of look at this. Look at this. Like, how? Why? News. It won sales contract worth 10.71 million with Sana Gongho or Gohong Municipal Engineering Construction. Okay. So that one may be one to watch. Rito. It's gotta pull back though. That thing is extended. Man. I'm trying not to miss any of these pullbacks. Alright, so this one, what was this? This is the dead cat bounce. We'll let that play. It is extended. 701. High of 705. And this is slug. Again, looking very weak. Three times getting pushed down by the sellers. Needs to hold up this level of the 680. 680 just got broken through. Really not looking good with this all these topping tails here. The high is a 709. 709 for this red candle. Looking for something. AESE. Rito. That one's pushing up, man. Pushing up out through a double top. Again, a double top break. Is that the move for today? Double top breaks? Rito finally pulling back. Wow. Who is going to be the winner for today? Because it's not looking like it's going to be slug or SLGG. AESE felling out. So Rito is looking like the top side here is a 225. So let's see, the top high is a 219. I'm gonna look for that 225, 226 on 100 shares. 100 shares on that 226 break. So I'm looking for it there. Looking for a little push through. See if we can't get it. Okay, that was a double top. I'm going to cancel that order right there. Again, it's been breaking double tops, but I don't buy through double tops because they can give this small little fake above and then kill you. I was looking for the 226 break, got up there, but it's weak. Don't like that move at all. Focus in on slug, see what slug is doing now. Given that dead cat bounce, the top of this was the 695, so it's 701 break, 701, and I'll size down maybe 25 shares at that 701 break if it can give it to us. The top side of this is 709, so yeah, 701, 25 shares. I'll use this low if it can use this low as my out, 677. 677 there. Looking for that $7 break, but it's looking weak. Getting pushed back down again. So I do not like that. Let's let this candle close. Maybe a quick profit here. Oh no, that took out half the bar. Not looking nice right there. I'm going to cancel that order. I don't feel comfortable with that. Order canceled. It broke the whole body right there. I just didn't feel comfortable with that one. Okay, AESE is getting back up. Has a top up there at the 360. Quite extended. Giving another pullback. So the high of this last red candle was a 333, and it is dying. It can't stay over it. So we're gonna just let that one play as well. It looks like it wants to go down some. Another topping tail there. Not a good entry. Okay, Rito. It's got extended. Gave some moves up. Gave a little bit of a break of that 22, but now it's looking weak after these sellers are jumping on it. So I am going to be looking for a pullback and then entry of 100 shares there. Oh my goodness. Look for a pullback. So I'm guessing this is the bottom right here, 209. We'll see support level. See how much it pulls back. That's a big pullback. Nice little pullback there. Still watching and waiting. It is the number one on the day, but it did break this 223 right there. I don't like that motion. It's got to give us some red now. It's got 7 seconds on this candle. I do like it. I do like it a lot. Let's get some red here. Give us some red. Come on now. Come on, give us some red. That's all we need is some red. And it's looking like it wants to just go. Need some red. Broke the 25. That's a $0.25 resistance level break. Give us some red. So we had this big buying bar and we needed to see some profit takers, which we're seeing right now. It is extended on the 5-minute. Has not done another 5-minute pullback above the VWAP. All right. Let me look at slug. Slug going on down. Yeah, slug's way down. Okay, forget slug. AESE going on down. Rito is the only one that's looking like it wants to play ball. So it's giving us our red here. Can it stay above this candle right here of the 220? So this will be our support level. I would love to see it form a higher low than this. And looking for an entry. Oh, come on, come on. Please hold up. Hold up. Don't do it. Don't do it, friend. Don't break it. Don't break it, buddy. You got this. Stay up. You got this. Get bought up. All right. So the high is a 230 there. 231. The high of this one is a 233. 234 level is looking like the spot that I would like to try out. 234. It's getting more and more of a topping tail over here. I don't like that. and it's struggling to get back into the body of this candle. Struggling there. So the top of this, oh come on, nah, that's a little bit too weak. It's looking like it's just barely holding up that 20, barely holding up. Over the high of this is a 230, so it did try to go down. 235, 236 level. Man, it's looking weak. It's got 30 seconds left on this candle. I'm just not liking it. It's now disrespecting my levels. Hi, man. Okay, slug is even further down than we last saw it. AESE is also down. Again, the whole point of this is not to get caught up in these these crazy moves, these sporadic moves. When you see double tops getting broken, usually a double top is huge mental resistance. People start diving out. So if you see a double top getting broken, that's usually some upper level manipulation for a double top to get blown through like that. Okay. So we still have these 5 stocks on watch. One is a little bit higher float, which I'm not going to mess with because it looks dangerous. Rito. Actually, I need to go and check the floats on these. I did not get a chance to check the floats on these because they were not on the scanner earlier. So Rito. Checking at FinViz, the float is... Rito has a float of 10 million at FinViz. Alright, Rito has no shelf registrations. It has a float of 13 million over at Yahoo Finance. So I'll add that to my notes. 10 million to 13 million, somewhere up in there. No shelf registration, so we'll be watching it. It's still a low float. Right. NLTS or NLST is just too high of a float there, and it's an OTC stock. I didn't realize that, so you know it's trash. Okay, AESE. I did do research on that one. That one had a shelf last year with a float of 5 to 18 million, and then Slug. I did research that one. 14 million, no shelf registration. So now, you know, still sitting here, and this is what I'm noticing now, that the markets are kind of slowing down. Now is getting back to the markets where before like COVID and everything, how the markets were acting. Like at the very beginning, you get those big rip ups, get those really irrational moves through double tops and things, and then you get a fade, and then you can basically just wait till your setup comes. And that's what I'm gonna do today. Let's get ready, let's get going. I need some lunch. Lunch. So if you guys see anything out there that you are watching or looking at that is not on my scanner, I think I've set my settings to pretty much see everything. But if you see something that I don't see, let me know in the chat, and we will check it out. And actually, since everything is looking bad right now, let's go see what first the SPY is doing. The SPY looks like it is down on the day. SPY is definitely down on the day. Wow, big old bubble right there, and the bubble popped. Bubble pop. All right, let's look at what was the other one we looked at on the other day? I think it was GameStop. GameStop down. Amazon. And then let's check Tesla, because those are the big movers, and there was a bubble pop. Tesla. Oops. Was this one a bubble pop as well? Yep, bubble pop. Okay, so we got a lot of bubble popping. NLTS or NLST is moving, but the problem is the high float. Rito is back on. Let's see, is Rito moving back? Oh no. Slug has worked its way under the support, the 1 minute support there. So that loses its a lot of points with me. Failing that to hold up that level of the 1 minute right there. Guarantee you a lot of people got hurt on this today. These sporadic moves like this short sellers right here, this is where I was short. Double top looking for the continuation down, but you got this super irrational move up to the top side. So I know they lost right there. And I know that they were scared a little bit right here, because if it did it once, you know, it did a irrational breakout, it could do it again. So, but some people made some money right there, you know. Somebody made some money. AESE. It's not looking good. So I guess I can just see if my strategy will work on this one. This one has a little double top right here, and it got just a small little break and then a dump down. So the way that my strategy works, I'll just walk you through it here on this one. First, we wait for the pullback. It's already above the VWAP. Wait for the pullback real quick. And with this one, the reason that I wouldn't trade it is because look how much it's moving. 1 cent, 93, 94, 93, 94. I need 20 cent, 30 cent, 40 cent. And it may happen later on in the day, but just not right now. But this is an OTC stock as well, which means that it could not hold up to NASDAQ's requirements. So it fell out of the NASDAQ listing. So that's another red flag for this one. Okay, let's see what we got here. Pulling back quite a bit. Man, I am so aggravated. Yesterday I traded the I was talking earlier about the YGMZ trade that I took and I got out of. But here's a pullback. Let's see if it breaks. We don't want the pullback to start breaking down old resistance level or old support levels. Let's see if it holds up this 290. 290. While I'm looking at that, let me check Rito. Rito looks like it's trying to curl. Got a pretty good topping tail and a nice dump right there. I don't think it'll be able to overcome all of this 15 cents of this body. So just gonna have to wait and be patient. If it breaks down that $2 level though, it's pretty much over with. The bottom here is the 194. So we'll draw our support here. Have a support here. It did form a higher support, but this is kind of within consolidation because it hasn't given a breakout yet. So I'm just going to keep this one level of support here. Rito. Will it make a higher low? I think this one has some pretty good news. Yeah, it got a sales contract for $1.71 million. Sale contract. with this municipal engineering construction company, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to make it continue up. Genus, I haven't seen Genus in a while, but it is very high float. Let me go and look at the float on that one. Genius, GNUS, at Yahoo Finance, and then at Finviz. Genus. The float is 237 million in the float. I wouldn't touch that with a not with the longest pole. 237 million. Let me see what if it has any shelves or anything on it. Genius does have a shelf registration for last month, so be careful with Genius. Has a shelf registration for last month. It's running up, but that shelf registration really takes the wind out of it and the high float. So it's probably going to be very, very choppy on the day. And again, we see it fighting for change. Look, 1 cent, 1 cent. That's all it's getting, 1 cent. That's not what we want to see. All right, NLTS is the only thing that looks like it's on the scanner. We never saw any red here. So I'll be scared to enter this because there's no kind of bottom here. Rito. Alright, so it is making higher lows here. So 199. Let's see, draw that support. Okay. There's a higher low, higher low. It is a low float. Got 10 million in the float, so but the only problem is it's not moving like a low float. It should be covering quite a bit of distance. This thing is fighting for pennies right now, which means there's a lot of resistance over the top. And let me get this down so we can see the level 2. Where is resistance sitting? We have a big level here, 17,000 shares sitting at 219. 2,000 shares, 2,000 shares, and there's probably some hidden sellers up here, like this, like these smaller numbers. You can actually pay for certain brokers to spoof your position, or not position, the amount of shares that you're trying to take or that you have sitting on the books. So let's say if you have 100,000 shares to fill, you can actually pay a broker to spoof it to be only like maybe 10 shares or 50 shares or whatever you want to spoof it. And so, you know, it just costs a little bit more money. We're waiting. Rito is looking like the one that I need to be watching though. It is getting up and starting to move now. Now all we need is a pullback. Pullback, and I will be looking for an entry here. Nice, nice, nice. I will be looking for 200 shares here on this one. 200 shares if it can give a nice little pullback. Give that nice little pullback we're looking for. Top of this high is a 215. Looks like some sellers are jumping down on it. Oh man. Looking for 200 shares here. If it can set up correctly. Getting too much of a pullback, too much of a topping tail there. Needs to close this one green. So we're gonna wait and we're gonna see. But I'm looking for that 200 share entry. Will it end red or green? Getting pushed down quite a bit. We're looking for the red though. Looking for that new higher low. Not looking too good right there. Let's see if it can hold up this bottom of the 206. Okay. That's not good. That would be 2 failures right there. 1, 2. So now it definitely needs to pull back. Yeah. It's not looking good. Shorts are kind of pushing it down a little bit too much. Shorts are eating it up. Looking for that pullback. We want that pullback to really stay above this 9 EMA. That'll be nice. It's getting hit though. Okay, it bounced through the 5th, or well, it was through the 15. Very, very irrational moves here. So we're seeing a double top here. The high 217, 217. Looking for that pullback above the 9 here. Looks like it just wants to go though. May get a little bit too extended too quickly. Looking for that pullback. There's our pullback to the VWAP right there. The high is a 218. 218, so a 221 break. 221 is looking like the place that I need to be if this closes red. It's got to close red. Get pushed down. 214. A lot of selling just went on the tape right there. Not moving down though, so all that red and no motion down. I would love to see this thing close red. Ugh, that's nasty. Don't like that. Messed up the setup right there. Alright, so last low was down here at the $2. Let's see where the new low is. I do believe this is the one I need to be watching for the day though. Yesterday I took some trades on some higher flow stocks and wasted money. I should have been able to take more trades on YGMZ, but now I won't be upset if I trade this one. And is this the new low? 205. This the new low. So now we got a couple of levels of low up there, and let me move this. This isn't right. It did fail the VWAP right there. So this may be a new low, maybe. Looking like it's giving a dead cat bounce on this candle right here. Getting back up there. VWAP is at the 210, which it looked like it hit and rejected off of. It's 9 o'clock, so we are 37 minutes from the open. Looking for a new high. It's breaking lows here. Breaking lows. Looking for a higher low than this one. Really looking for it to stay above the 2. It's now below the 9. Will it fall below the 2? I'm starting not to like it, the way it's moving. AESE popped back on the scanner, but it's still red on the day. Not gonna touch that one yet. Okay, so this was another little bounce above this level. Got up there to the 9. Looks like it's finding a little bit of resistance. Got to get through that 9. 9 is at the 206. Is this a 3-bar play for the shorts, or is this a reversal? If it's a 3-bar play for the shorts, it's going to break down this 201. So we're going to see. It can only do one of two things. Either break this down or break the 9. We got some buyers down here, the 204, 22,000. We need to, if this starts to decrease, it's probably going to get broken. We got 22,000. It's decreasing, and there's the break right there. Right there. So there's the break. Got down there to the 201. Will it go ahead and break down? 203 getting a little pop right there. This is a higher low. All right. So it tried to go down 201. It's just losing a lot of strength. It's got a lot of ground to cover going back to up to the top side here. Top side is a 218. Trying to get over that level. We have a resistance up here at the 218. Trying to get over the 9 EMA. Didn't get far though. Okay, getting up there. Wonder can it snap through there? I do like it. Let's get this pullback. Support line right. Got a new support line right there. Coming down. Can it hold over the 9? It's getting on up there. Will this be a major level of resistance for it? This 18. Because I'm looking to take that 200 shares. If it can pull back above that VWAP. It's above the VWAP right now, which is at the 211. But it's kind of struggling to push away from that 211. Buyers, they did decrease there for just a minute. The sellers just jumped in 19,000 shares right there on the ask. Looking at the level 2 here, looking for a pullback above the VWAP would be amazing. Come on now, give us the pullback. Don't just go. Give us that pullback before you go, buddy. You got this. Give us a nice pullback. Oh my goodness, it just snapped through. Irrational. All right, waiting for the pullback above VWAP. It did change the trend here. A nice little trend line going up, forming a topping tail there. Love to see it pull back above this 9 for entry. But it may not give it to us. It may just go. It's low float. People are excited. The green is growing, but the red is not. I mean, the green is growing, but it isn't pushing up. So I'm expecting some red here soon. Expecting some red here soon. This was the level that I was thinking it was going to struggle on. That is crazy. Trying to hold up that 20. It looks like it can go, but I'm looking for this pullback here. It's looking good, looking good. I'm gonna take 200 shares and take quick profit off of this. Getting that nice pull. Wow, that was quite a pullback. Broke the bottom of this candle. So let's just be patient. Be patient. Did get that pullback above the 9. The high here is the 23. 223, 25, 26. 26 is looking like the it's got to close red. It's got 15 seconds left. It needs to close red. All right, it's closing red. Finally, 26 level. It's looking like it's breaking down the body. The high of this was a 27. I'm looking for a 26 entry here, but it looks like it's doing a head and shoulders. I'm gonna go ahead and put my order out there for the 26 entry. That's what I'm looking for. I'll use this low here at 221 as my out. 221. Looking for it to break that. 21. Looking for it to break it. Okay, taking my soul away right there. So we'll cancel that order. Was looking for that 3-bar play right there. Did not give it to us. Slug is under VWAP, trying to work its way back up. Alright, AESE trying to also, well, that's a big dip. Alright, so we'll just watch Rito. Watch Rito. It is finally giving the pullback to VWAP. Got back under the 218 though. So can it hold up VWAP? VWAP is at the 213. 213. Alright, I am back. I had to go and handle some business real quick. What in the world has gone on while I was gone? Looks like it got up. It got up, got up. Wow, wow, wow. Looking for the pullback here. Man, Jesus Christ. Gave the move, missed it. having a little work done around my house, so you know, had to go and handle that real quick. All right, let's see if it gives another opportunity. It messed this opportunity up, giving a nice little pullback right there. This may be a little bit of consolidation after this little extended play. Oh boy. Alright, I definitely missed that move right there, and I am aggravated about that. I literally stepped outside for like a minute. Alright. Where are we going? Where are we going? Come on. Doing a nice little pullback, looking for the new entry level. The high up here was the 232, 230s. Put that as a support. Hopefully it'll bounce off that level of the 230. Alright. Alright, so it's looking like it wants to go, but after this extension, I don't know if it can continue strongly. So I'm going to look for more of a pullback than just if it goes right here. Look for a little bit more of a pullback, because after this extension, usually it does some consolidation. Going down right there. We have a low here of the 231. Now the question is, how much consolidation is it going to do before its next move? It's already given 1, 2, and we're looking for that 200 shares. Looking for that 200 share play. 234 made a lower low, then a higher low. Can it hold up that 233 level? 235, kind of getting down there. Just wanted to hold up that 230. Oh my goodness. Well, oh man. Well, it looks like I'll be able to buy a bounce at least. All right, new low 223, around that 225 area. Insane drop right there. Let's play the range. The range here is up to the 242 resistance, 241 resistance. Gonna let it do a dead cat bounce to give us a new entry. I do still like it though. Holding up that 25. But I don't know if I'm gonna take 200 shares now. I might take 100 just to scalp. Okay, dead cat bounce right here coming. Give us some green. Where's the new entry spot? The high of this was up. The high of this is, how high are you gonna go before you pull back? Okay. The high is the 33, 233. Is that as high as it's gonna go? Maybe. So 233, so 220, 235 entry, 236 entry on this next candle. Okay, getting on up there. Not looking good. Getting a little bit overextended. The high now is a 37. So 38 entry. Would love for it to stop pushing up. Would love for a bigger pullback. The high of this is a 38, so I'm looking for it, and this is a pullback above above the 9. Double top right there. Looks like it's gonna go ahead and push. Got a little bit extended. 41, 42. Looking for a little bit of red here over this 9. Looking for that red. Give us the red. Nice. Needed some red there. Sellers are beating it up now. Got overextended. They're about to beat it down under the 240. Looking for that pullback above the 9. That's all we need. Pull back above the 9. Pulling back. Nice. Okay, so the top of this high is looking like the 245. 245, 246. Getting on down there. It's still above the 9 though. Quite extended. But I do think that it can go a little bit higher. Since we've missed a couple, go ahead and size down a little bit more for this breakout high of the 44. Looking for that 46 break. It's got 15 seconds on this candle. 15 seconds. Hold up above the 9, please. Okay, 5 seconds. 246. Okay, I will put my order out there at the 46. Use this as a low right here. This is the low of the 239. 239 there. 239. Let's see if it gives us more red. Giving us more red there. Okay. Wow. More red. Did do a double bottom there. We got a top side of 244, 242, 244. It's not going to respect it. The high here is a 242, 242, 243. Looking for the buy on the 243 mark. It's still above, so I go ahead and do the 243. The low here is the 237. 237. We'll be looking to go ahead and get out on this push. 237. So we're in a small share size. Looking for a little bit of a push up, up through the highs. It may pull back on us. It is above the 9. There's our pullback. There's a little bit of a loss. Whatever. We'll take that one on the day. Very small. I did size down because it had already done this move 1, 2, 3 times. Alright, so let's look for the next entry. Slug. Yes. That one's still not looking good. Rito is just top side 45. So let's do another entry at the 45. 45, 50 shares. Is that the top side of this? Top side is the 43. It's looking like it's kind of wondering what it wants to do. But I will get it at 44, 45 area is where I'm looking. I'll go ahead and buy that if it'll get me in there. Get me in there, please. Alright, so now we have our another low. So the low here we're going to use is the 37. We're just waiting. Waiting for a push out. Waiting for that push out at that 37 mark. Okay. Very small push out there. Looking, waiting, watching. May stop us out again. So it is, yeah, it's just very doing very small breakouts now. So I'm gonna leave that one alone. It's getting a little bit too heavy. Leave that one alone. I missed my opportunities a little bit earlier. So I'm just going to look for something that's a little bit more valuable. Looking for that break, could not get it. Slug is coming up to VWAP. Looking for a pullback above that VWAP. That would be nice. It is green on the day. The 1 minute resistance was at the 1 minute resistance high was at the 642. 642. Okay. Now it is back down and not holding on my scanner. It's going back and testing that 200 moving average. I don't want to see that. Alright, so we did get a little bit of a drop here. Man. This one really took the wind out of my sails, but I am glad that I sized down on it. Instead of using 300 bucks, I think I used like 200, 400. I mean, instead of using 300 on each trade, I used 400 in total. So let's see. Am I doing that math right? I don't know, whatever. I'm just glad I sized down. Alright, so let's see if we can get a higher low put in here. Support, higher low. Man, I missed my opportunity. Outside talking, man. Oh well. Alright, cracking down right there. Looks like we're just gonna have to wait. Man, missed my opportunity. Alright, so the resistance here, we have resistance up here at the 244, which is what it hit up here, which I did not look at or did not mark up here on my daily chart, which I probably should have done before I entered that trade. 280. All right. Rito is not looking good. We have to wait for it to check down under VWAP again to see where the new low is and if it can come back up. But it was the one on the day. I just missed my opportunity. Okay, slug. See if it can give a nice little pullback and go ahead and break that VWAP. 60 shares. It's getting up off of that 200 moving average. Got up there to that 640 level again. Need to see a pullback. Need to see a little bit more confirmation of that upward motion. Came all the way down here and hit the bottom. Got a major pullback right there. $640. Okay, this one's starting to look like it can make some good moves, but it's definitely got to transition the trend. Need to see that pullback above this 9 for an entry. Rito. Okay, so here's our pullback above the 9. We have a smaller little uptrend here. Really, you just gave the pullback that I needed. VWAP is at the 650, so it's definitely got to pull back now, because we do not want big rejection off of VWAP to come all the way down here to the 9. So if you buy up here and then get stopped out at the 630, let's let it come down and play just a little bit. There's that nice rejection off of VWAP we're waiting for. It did stay above this previous candle, possibly. So this could be a new low, but looks like it's going to go ahead and break right there. So is this the new low? Draw that support right there. All right. So 625 is the point that it just bounced off of. It is above the 5-minute 9 EMA and the 1-minute 9 EMA. So definitely just needs to get going upward now. There's a dead cat bounce, which will give us our new entry. Entry 640, 642. Okay, so the entry right there is the high of the 644. So I'm looking for a 646. It did snap down quite a bit there. Starting to get a little bit sporadic. The high of this is the 45, 46 area. So I'll get in small through that 46 area. Oh my Jesus. It did bounce quite a bit there through that high. May do a big rip down. It is getting quite extended there. So that was a big little push right there. 46 was looking like the entry that I wanted, but now we're gonna have to see this pullback. Big igniting candle. Need to see some red behind it. Woo! Looking nice though. Let's see this red candle. Will it take the lives? It won't. That looked like a double top right there. So that's what usually happens at a double top. It usually gives a nice move down. 65. Let's see if it can break that up there. 65 with small share size. Looking like it's trying to hold up. If it can hold up that, yeah, it couldn't hold it up. This 65 break is looking okay. Yeah, that was a big jump. I'm trying to be careful, man. Trying to be careful. I'm sizing down here to 25 shares because of the way it's looking. If it holds up, okay, it's starting to look a little bit better. I'll get in at 665 here once it closes this candle red, hopefully. Close the candle red and I'll be ready to go. I will be ready to go. All right, so I'm gonna put my order up there. The low, I'll use the low, or it looks like it might crack down. Yeah, crack down a little bit, so we got to be careful again. Got to wait for that dead cat bounce. It did a dead cat bounce here, but this was a huge dead cat bounce. This was like longs just getting trapped. All right, let's see. Top of this is the 55, so I'll be looking for that 56 entry right there, through there, and I'll use this as my out. This low here, 56 entry. Low is at the 41 for small profits here on slug if it can get up there. the low of this one. So we're looking for some green motion through here. Get back over that VWAP, but it is struggling to get that VWAP break. Struggling there. So this is our new low of the 47. Jesus Christ. Okay. That was a nice little pump up right there. So I'm in at the there. I have my out ready to go. Looking to just really push back to the green today, and I'll be trying to get out of here. I got my this wouldn't be a dead cat bounce though. It's pulling back. The low or the break even is a 656 right there, which is where I'm looking to aim to get out. Ooh, big pullback. All right. It's looking for it to get bought up there off of this level. It is holding up a little bit, but I don't know how much more it can take. Would love to see that 75 break, and I definitely snap some off. 25 shares, 50s. May give us a big move down in just a minute. Looking for this break. If it can break out of here, I'm telling you, I'm taking. Looking for this one to be the new low. The new low building up here. Hopefully it can get bought up and get taken to the new highs. The high is 67. I'll be moving up my low to the 55 here if it can go. 55 will be the new low. Can it get bought up here? 57, 56. Okay, looking like it's getting a little weak there. Would love to see a push up. Okay, so now our low is the 55. Entry position was the 56. Looking like it wants to push, but it's just not giving that move. 56 is where I look. Oh, looking weak again. Come on, get bought up. Get that flip. Okay, so it did get that nice little push. The low here is the 58. 58. Looking for it to push through that. Oh, boy. Looking for it to push up. 58 is the spot to beat right now. 25 shares in, looking like it wants to come down now. May stop me out here. Just letting it play out right now. This is probably the longest that I've held for a while. So letting it play out. Did get a double top, but double tops have been getting snapped through today. So I'm just going to assume that that's the pattern for today. And this high is a 65. 65. Need to be moving it up shortly. Looks like it might just crash on me. Looking for some green here. This low is the 52. 52 for that low. 52. I'll have to move it up. That way I'll only be risking 4 cents here. So I'll move it up to the 52 here. So if it wants to come down, it can come down. I'll be risking 4 cents there. Looking for it to get bought up, but hey, I'll be out if I'm out. There it is. Alright, so I risked 4 cents there. Went ahead and got out. It was getting a little heavy. I was looking for it to go ahead and push up and push through. Would not give me that push through at all. Glad I sized down. Again, another good just managing my risk. Got a little heavy there. Alright, Rito, are we back playing the game? Rito has a high of the 235 here. So let's play the game at 236. 50 shares, 236. Let's play the game. Looking for that 236 pump up. 236. The low here is the 31. It did give a pullback right here on the 9. Not exactly the pullback that I usually look for, but the 31 is my out. $31 will be my out on 50 shares here. Looking for a push up to those 240s. Here we are. 31, I'll be out. Looking for a push up through that the highs right there. Wow, that was a big fast rip. All right. So these stocks are not playing. I should have waited for my actual entry. This one disrespected the 9 right here. We do have a double top right there, so just gotta be careful. More careful. More careful. And plus the actual volume is fading on the day as well. Slug pushing up there. Pushing up there. Wow, 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 slug. Let's see if you can do a pullback over VWAP. Slug is not looking too good. We'll let Slug play. I don't wanna just be. I feel like I'm just jumping in now. All right, so this one, the high is a 36, 37. Let's take a 50 share buy through that 37 push, if it can get it. It has already done the pullback here above the 9. We're looking for that push out, the high at 36. Yes, yes. So a double top is when a two candles reach the same high. And basically it means that there is a huge level of resistance there. The high 36. I can do a 37 buy. 37 is where I'm sitting right now for entry. If it breaks down this candle, I'll cancel the order. The low of this is the 30. This low will be my out of the 32. Looking for it to pop. Okay. Can we get a little bit of continuation on these pops? Looking for that high break of that 36. If it breaks down this bottom here, this low of the 232, I'll cancel the order. 233, 232. All right, cancel the order. Slug, did it finally pull back? Yeah, Slug is just getting too tight, getting way too tight right now. It needs to find some consolidation here. Way too tight. Had some good moves in there, but man, just nothing that I could capitalize on. Rito breaking down those lows. I really thought Rito would give me another chance, but it's just not giving me another chance here. Will it make a higher low? It's forming a little range here, 236 to 235, but now it's looking extremely weak. All right, 660 did give the pullback above VWAP again, trying to work its way away from VWAP. It is above the 9. 60, 75 break. Looks like it's struggling at the 65. So if I were to do an entry here through the 70, let's see if it breaks down that 9 first. 9 is at the 651. Okay, getting a snap. The high here is the 70, so 71 buy. I'll size down into that. Looking, because this is three consecutive times that this tried to go down. So actually that 66 area is looking like more of a favorable position to be in. 66, the low, this will be my low, 56. So 10 cents. 10 cents if it can push. I'll be ready to get out at the 56, looking for that push. And it couldn't give it to me, so I canceled that order. I wanted it on that candle. That's 1, 2, 3 times. And it didn't give it to me. And now it's going and testing the low again and broke the previous lows. So that takes my heart out of that one and took the hearts of many longs, looks like. All right, did get a little bounce off of that VWAP. The 66, 67. 67 looks like a game time play. 67, I did get in there. Took that, gonna take this little ride. The low here is the 51. 51, let's see. So we'll be out down here at the 51. Risking a little bit, looking for a little bit of a push out here. It is above the 9. Did give a nice little bounce here. Let's see what it can do. Can we get up, get going? It's above the 9. Looking for a little push. Wow, that was a small push. We're gonna let it play for right now. 73. Okay, those pushes are getting smaller and smaller. It's gonna have to come on with it. We're gonna start moving our stop up after this one. This low is a 65. 65, so that'll move it to a 3 cent risk. It's getting bought up there a little bit. It did double top on the 5, so it did double top here. The high was a 74, so it did double top there, forming a little bit of a higher low there. I'm just gonna hold on this one, trying to see if it can get bought up. If it breaks that 9 though, maybe game over for me. Would you kind of snap that 9? Needs to get up and get going back into the 62s. There's a little pop there. That may be a dead cat bounce. This low is a 56, so let me go ahead and get ready to exit. 56, so yeah, looking for it to get a little punctuation there. 56 is our new low. Low 55. 55 there. Did not move it yet because now it made a lower low. So 54, 55 area. 55 is looking like the spot to be out though. Looking to see if it can give just a little bit of a green move back up here to the top. Nope, it's gonna stop me out. It's too much downward movement. It's gonna stop me here. Stop me, or either get bought up. I'm just gonna leave it there. If it doesn't want to get me out, hey, oh well. If it wants to go back green, it's tried to go down 3 times. So we're gonna wait and we're gonna see. It's gonna stop me. Cool. So I'll take that. Keeping my losers relatively small. All right, let's see. This one I could take 100 shares on. 100 shares and make that back quite quickly. 240 level, 241. Let's see if this one breaks down. It's got a top here. Oh, now it wants to break. Nice little topping tail over here. Broke that double top on the 5 minute. Got up a little bit and then now it's losing its life. We're waiting, watching, and wondering. I can take one more trade or 2 more trades or something like that and I'll be done. It's 9:54. Looking for a little bit more explosion. Do like the way they got bought up there. The high here, let's do a 41 buy at the 100 shares at the 41. Actually, what am I doing? That's too far off. 37, 39. And now it's going back and retesting. So 39 is looking better and better. 39. And I'll be in there for that little move right there. This is the new low of the 235. 235 I'll have to get out. 230. Let's do 230. 230 there. Oh wow, that was a lot further than I thought. Looking for the buyers to step up in here. And this double top is the high of the 40. Getting on in there. Looking for a little bit more of a press through. This low is a 35. So I cannot play with that. I got to go ahead and set that stop right there. Got to set the stop right there at the 35. I'm only up a little bit, so you know, 35, risking 4 cents. Can it get higher? Can it go higher? This is the new low, 38. 38 right there. 38. It double top right there. Can it snap that double top there? Can it kill those sellers right there? Ooh, looking for that 38 break. That'll be delicious. Buyers coming in. Looking for that 38 break. Get back into the 40s, 41. Looking to move that low up to the 38. Looking to take off some actually over the top of this. It's getting killed a little bit. A lot of buying. Yep, that was quick. Got a little flip off that double top. So it's been breaking double tops all day. It just failed to break it there. But I was only up like $3. So I was like, why sell? All right, well, this has been one of those days. I don't think it might be like $16 down or something like that. Not too much. But I did take a lot of stabs today, because a lot of these days that I've been trading, I've been missing so many not taking stabs, not putting my hand in the fire. So what I did today was just manage the risk on each time I put my hand in the fire. Okay, 240 does have that double top up there. We need to see some green. 239. How many shares can I get of this? 78. I can get 30 shares. 30 shares. Because I still believe this thing can go higher. 39, 41. So 41 buy. I'll be in there. 41 buy, 30 shares. See if we can break that double top. If it breaks the bottom of this candle, then I'll cancel that order. The bottom is the low of the 35, so I'll only be risking 5 or 6 cents to the 35. $6 to the 35. So this is our low. This will be our out, 36. It's got to start breaking these double tops. Just double top there. I'm gonna cancel that order. I don't like that setup anymore. All right, so we got a little splash down there. And on that one, the reason that I canceled the order was because we got double tops. We got double top here, 1, 2. Then we got another one that wouldn't break. And so now you see the rejection off of that level. All right. It's just now hitting 10 o'clock. pretty much traded everything that looked like it was going to give motion today. Slug is struggling to get over VWAP now, which means it's struggling to do a trend change. Red toe is all the way down there. Dead cat bounce, give us an entry for the backside move, backside plays. Where is the entry here? The high is the 232. So 232 for entry. But it did not close green, so that's not an entry now. It's got to close green for that 232, so I don't count that as an entry. Looking for some green here to give us a new entry. Usually I'm so much more patient or so much more hesitant in entering, but today, man, I don't know. Like, I've been seeing over the last couple of days, like, sometimes when I'm like, okay, I don't want that one, it just goes. And I'm like, well, you know what? I think I'm good enough at risk management now that I can just take a stab and manage the risk. SLGG. Boy, I tell you what, these stocks right here, bruh. 70. Let's see how many shares. Wow, I can't even get that many shares. Let's see if it'll pull back. High is a 68, 71. 71 there. 71 is my buy position there. I'll take if it can launch through that and sell quickly. All right, so we are in there. Actually, you know what? Since I'm in 10 shares, I'll actually let this one play. I'll let it 645 be the out until it forms another low. So 645 will be the out for right now until it figures out what it wants to do. I just hold and hope it away. Hold and hope. So we're going to see where the new bottom forms here. Even if it does pull back, this is quite a bit of extension right here. So we're waiting for that new low to form. This is a long way for it to fall. Waiting for that new low. It's 10 o'clock. Where is the new low? So there was a little bounce there. 666. I'm in at the 71. Risking $3 on 10 shares down to this 40 level. All right, so this is the new low. Looks like the 65, or no, not yet. Let's see if it can consolidate in that level. I can actually get one more share with that last $11 that I'll go ahead and purchase. Let's see, where's the low here? 65, 71. I entered at the 71. Let's get 71 or better. Limit 70 or better. So I put a limit order out there for 70 or better, and it's not going to give it to me. So yeah, let's get ready to move up with the trend. We have this igniting candle here, 662. 662 there. 662 will be our all out for right now. Make sure I got my 10 shares in there. 662 looking like the spot that I need to be out. Oh my god, bruh, I forgot I had the limit order in there. I exited right there. Forgot I had the limit order in there. Well, you know, at times like these, oh my god, I forgot I had the limit order. I was just gonna hold it. Just gonna hold it and move my stop up with it. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, that was stressful. Now I don't want to get in. Now it's too extended. Man, I was gonna hold that. Oh well, it only went up just a little bit anyway, so took profit, I guess. $3 on this one. Get a couple of shares. See if it won't go up. I'll buy through the VWAP break 15 and just sell quickly. 16 break. Let this candle close up. The high of this is the 14. Letting this candle close up. Get a nice little wow. So I let that candle close up, and I'm glad I didn't buy that top right there on FOMO. I'm at least following my rules a little bit. So that's not good. Genius just killing the game up there. Up 10 cents on the day. Slug again pulling back, forming a lower high. Man, I can't believe I sold out of that. Man, I gotta be sure. So that's one thing I gotta be sure of. Usually I do not use limit orders. So if I use them, I have to be conscious of my use so I can just, oh man. I can't believe I sold out of it. I would have still been holding. But you know what? I took profit up here, which was not a bad take profit place, but you know, it's whatever. And that's why I use stop orders. Limit order means, hey, give me this price or better, right? So when I sold that that limit, try to put that limit sell, or I thought it was a stop, the limit said, okay, well, this price is better than the price that you have typed in here, right? And so it went ahead and sold it. That's what it did. And that's how limits work. Give me this price or better. Stop say, okay, the price has moved far enough in the direction that I wanted to. Go ahead and get me in now. So with a stop, you're actually buying a higher price or selling a lower price than it with a limit order. Limit order will always get better than what you type in here. So that's just a learning lesson. Man, just a learning lesson altogether. The top of this is the 85, so I'll be looking for an 85 entry if I can on like what, one share at the 85 break. Top of this high is the 84. 85, one share. Let's get it for this nice pump up. If it can get into the 80s, I'll hit it. It touched the 80s right there. 80. And I mean, it's one share. It's not gonna hurt me. Not gonna hurt me much. All right, so I'm in there, and I'll just use this one as my out this time, 665. And I'm just gonna hold it like the plan was the last time. This time I'm making sure, got a stop in there, and I'm just gonna hold that one. Looking for new bottoms to be formed. We already tested down here twice. If it breaks this, bottom here, 665, then that's just it for the day. Right now it's just down like 3 cents. You can see it over here on my P&L. I hate taking small shares, but trying out this new little entry with these small shares, because that's how you try things out with small shares. What else do we have on the menu? Rito is still down. Slug is the only thing that's really giving the moves right now. So we're gonna hope this slug can stay up above the 670. I'll move it up to the 670 if it can stay above that. Right now we got the 665 struggling. Everything's struggling right now. So 660s is the exit. Almost got me out right there. And this is the thing I hate about holding stocks or holding penny stocks. It is so hard to catch those flashes. When they flash down, when they flash up, when they flash anywhere, you always want to be trying to take profit. But with this small share size, I'm not too worried about it. It can do whatever it wants. It tested down here a couple of times, so I'm not too nervous about it. And I'll be moving up the stop with it. But man. And this may be the backside of the move. You never know. If it doesn't flip back through that, flip back through the 9, it may be the backside of the move. This low is the 66. And we will be out on this one. 66. If it breaks the 60, I'm out. 70s. So we see this huge red candle, and then it ramped down all the way here. We need to see some green candles come up in here. If we don't see those, it's over. If this red candle gets over this one, it's over. It's going to crack. One of these candles needs to be green. Either this one or the one after it needs to go green. And this is, if I had more share size, this is how I used to actually trade, holding a stock like this and ending up bag holding because of it. And I've learned, like, getting out quickly, cutting those losses, doing that is more profitable than just holding. Now, that's not to say that holding isn't a profitable strategy, because, you know, you can get those crazy moves, but then you can get dead cat bounces like this, which kind of look like they're going to come up and then continue down. They break their bottom right here of the 669. So we'll see if it can break the 669, and it'll be a short play from then on in. But if it can go up, I'll move my stop up to this level of the 669 and just see if it can hold the 70s. But right now we're just getting whisked away. Let's see, 669 is the out. 669 there. It's looking like the out. 669. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that in. 669. I'm not gonna play with it. Alright, so 669 got out there, and there was the flash. So now you understand why I have my stops to get out, right? It saved me quite a bit on that one share. Quite a bit. So there was a stop. I thought that this was a dead cat bounce, which it was. And so I went ahead and put my stop under that dead cat bounce. If it wasn't a dead cat bounce, it would have stopped before this and went on up. But hey, got out safely, soundly, and yeah, let's look at all these losses I took today. This was I don't know. Today I kind of got thrown off, I guess. I don't know. No excuses. Just bleeding today. That's it. So let's look at the realized gains and losses. I didn't even know I had a green trade today. So I did have one green trade today, but I took a couple of losing trades. Of course, I did keep my losses under my maximum change allowance, which is around 20 cents per share. So you can see everything was at or about the plan. And the higher the share size that I took, like if I take 82 shares, I don't let it run against me. Usually I try to stop it around 10 to 15 if it's a higher share size. If it's a lower share size, definitely 20 cents. So you can see, definitely followed the plan there. But today was a red day. I'll take that. I may be down like 16 bucks, or let's check that balance. 17 bucks. 17 bucks today. But in all, I could have lost a lot more, especially like on dips like this. On bigger share size, I could have definitely took a dagger to the back. But anyway, a couple of things that I wanted to actually focus on. I have been trying to stay away from these higher outstanding shares because they've been so choppy in this market right now. Even though Genius has been moving up, if you look in these where is it? Hold up. If you look in here in this grind up, look how many times you could have got stopped out on this ticker. It had plenty of times to stop you out, breaking lows, going up, doing all kinds of things. So I'm trying to stay away from these types of tickers and stay with the lower floats, because I seem to be able to manage my risk a little bit better on them because they don't break their bottoms when they're heading in a true direction so much. And they get bought up quite quickly, especially when they're cheaper. Cheaper like Slug was or Rito was. Rito, I think, is still fading. Yes, still fading. Slug is also just dying now. I should have known Slug was going to be bad from the beginning. Just looking at this pre-market trading, I looked at it and I was like, man, that looks bad. But, there was opportunity in there, just very choppy opportunity. But as you can see, you got to manage that risk. My max loss on the day is 50 bucks. If I lose 50 bucks, I haven't lost 50 bucks in a long time. If I lose 50 bucks, I'm done. I don't care if it's the first trade. I don't care if it is a trade after I make $1 million. If I lose 50 bucks, I'm done. In this small account. But I'll be increasing that as I grow the account, and I probably actually end up adding some money so I can take more trades during the day, because it's just a hassle having to manage such a small quantity with the way that I'm trading. I could take so many more trades, but you got to work with what you got. And that's one thing I wanted to work on with penny stocks. Instead of just jumping in with a $10,000 account or a $20,000 account, work on the small size first, because it doesn't make any sense to blow that. If when I started with the penny stocks, I started with a $4,000 account, right? And then from $4,000, I just didn't know what I was doing in the penny stocks. I was trying to trade them like I was swing trading, because I had swing traded and traded options for a long time. And I was like, okay, well, maybe it'll be just a little bit faster. But penny stocks wasn't just a little bit faster. It was a lot faster, a lot bigger flashes. The news was weaker. A whole bunch of other technical and fundamental things that you have to take into consideration with penny stocks. So, I learned a lot. I learned a whole lot, and I am managing risk a whole lot better than I used to, because man, it used to be bad. It used to be like crucifixion every day. But bumping my head taught me a lot of valuable lessons. But anyway, I am staying away from these higher shares outstanding. So if you see me not trading them, that's why. They just get way too choppy, and I'd like to stay around those lower floats. Like SLGG, the float is 14 million. Rito, the float is 10 million, 10 to 13 million. So I'm trading those lower float stocks that make those big moves. Now Rito didn't really what I mean by big moves is like 20 cents, 30 cents, those kind of moves. Rito only did that out of the open, from the 186 all the way up to the 220. So that's like a 40-cent move. So that's okay, but it's not something that we really look for. Slug is just super choppy. This is a stock that you take little increments off of with like 2,000 shares. Just take little bits and pieces and be in and out. It's just not looking good at all. But yeah, if you have any questions or comments, you can always drop them into the chat. I answer them as soon as possible. Really, I see them as soon as y'all post them, so I can answer them right then. But yeah, today was another day, but I'm okay with today because it did eat into my profits from last week a little bit, but it's whatever. I'm just going to reevaluate and come back tomorrow with a new focus, and definitely with less distractions. So if you enjoyed the stream, please don't forget to like if you're on YouTube. You can follow if you're on Twitch. What else? Is there anything else I want to tell you guys before I close it out? I don't see any other stocks that are really moving. That's it. So don't forget to stay safe out here. The vaccine is working its way through the world. All these different vaccines that are out. So be safe, be careful, stay sanitized, and make sure you spend valuable time with your loved ones. Anyway, as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.